When a military dad comes home suddenly after a mission abroad, he discovers his daughter sleeping on the floor while his wife and stepsons are on a luxurious vacation. Captain Peter Xavier couldn't wait to go back home. He'd been away for 8 months and was missing his family badly. He was lucky to be released from his current tour early, and he would be home 2 months sooner. He hadn't mentioned anything to Linda or Melissa, his wife and daughter. He planned to catch them by surprise. He strode confidently towards his front door, a bright grin on his face. He was completely unaware of what was going to happen to him. Linda and Melissa. Peter screamed as he pushed open the door. "What happened to you? Jay and Kyle." "I have arrived." His wife and stepsons, however, did not reply. The home was empty. They were all scheduled to be home on Saturday morning. "Melissa!" Peter shouted once more. "Daddy!" yelled a frail voice. "I'm standing right here in the kitchen." Peter ran to the kitchen door, only to discover that it was locked. He opened the door with his keys. Melissa stood there, nearly crying. "Daddy," she sobbed, "I've missed you so much." Peter was carefully holding his daughter when he saw a mattress over her shoulder. "Melissa," he yelled, "did you sleep in this room? Why? What became of Linda and the boys?" Melissa seemed frightened. "Please, Daddy," she said. "Please, it's all right. Please tell me." Peter said emphatically, "Did you get locked up and sleep in this kitchen?" Melissa burst into tears. "I'm afraid I can't tell you," she said. "Do you not see, Daddy? You'll go again, and I'll be alone with them." Peter grabbed his daughter with his arms. "I guarantee you, Melissa, you will never be terrified again. Tell me what's happening on now." Linda remarked 6 months ago that Jay and Kyle were too large to share a bedroom, she added. "As a result, Mother moved me out of my room and Kyle moved in. I sleep on this mattress in the kitchen." Peter was enraged. When he married Linda, he adopted her 2 boys from a previous marriage. He thought she'd done the same for his orphaned daughter. "What happened to them?" Peter inquired. "And why were you cuffed?" Melissa said, "Linda brought the boys to Florida for the weekend to celebrate Kyle's birthday. She left me several sandwiches and shut me in here because she believes I'm going to steal her stuff." Someone had just knocked on the kitchen door. Looking through the glass, Peter saw a petite, sweet-faced lady holding a covered dish. "Melissa, this is Karen," she said. "Who exactly is Karen?" Melissa was questioned by Peter. Melissa introduced her as a new neighbor. "She's really kind and compassionate. I believe she is on to something since she is continuously bringing me sweets." Peter grabbed his keys from his pocket and opened the kitchen door. "Good morning," he remarked to Karen. "My name is Melissa's father." Karen seemed ashamed. "Hello," she exclaimed. "I hope you don't mind, but I got Melissa some hot meals." "Of course not," Peter said. "I appreciate your consideration for my daughter. I've just discovered what you've undoubtedly known for a long time, but I'm making amends." "I knew Melissa was alone," Karen said. "She'd constantly claim she couldn't open the door to anybody, but I sensed there was something wrong. I was about to contact social services, but I was scared I'd aggravate the situation." Peter reassured Karen that everything will be resolved and thanked her once again for her generosity to Melissa. Then he began to consider how he was going to address the situation of Linda and her boys. Linda and the boys returned home on Sunday afternoon to discover 3 mattresses on the yard, with all of their possessions stacked on top. Linda was enraged. "Melissa," she yelled, "you jerk. I'm going to get you for this." When the door opened, it wasn't Melissa who stood there, but her husband, Peter, who didn't seem to be nice. "Good morning, Linda," he answered quietly. "Peter," Linda burst out laughing. "What a fantastic surprise, baby." "I guess I was the one who was surprised the most, Linda," Peter said. "But, just so you know, Melissa has returned to her bedroom. You and the guys may transfer those mattresses into the garage, which will be your new home from now on." Linda recognized the flinty expression in Peter's eyes and realized the game was over. "I'll take you for every dime you've got, Peter," she yelled. "No, Linda, you won't," Peter said quietly. "I phoned the cops, and they came to see how Melissa was living and the circumstances in which I discovered her. You attempt everything and end yourself in prison." Linda and her boys seized their belongings and fled, and Peter last heard from her when she signed the divorce papers. A few months later, he began dating Karen, and Melissa is aware that she would soon have a new and loving mother in her life.